Last week it was Hector Collazo who emerged victorious in GTP as Dawson Delta outlasted the GT3 field in a thriller under the lights at Road Atlanta. Tonight, our drivers face off in the historic Circuit de la Safe for a 60-minute multi-class action. Round 7 of the OSRL GT Series is live next. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Circuit de la Safe, most famously known as Le Mans. First race in 1924 and the host of the historic 24 Hours of Le Mans. The epic 8.4 mile, 13.6 kilometer endurance course boasts a 38-turn course, partially on a permanent course, along on the back city roads here in Le Mans. About 85% of the track will be spent full throttle within the infamous straightaways. Expect a lot of action from the draft and a relatively easier time in traffic for the prototypes, with plenty of time to get through traffic. The format for the OSRL GT Series is as follows. The drivers are currently on a 3-lap solo qualifying that will determine the grid for our 1-hour endurance race, 15 minutes longer than the rest of the season. The 4th season of the OSRL GT Series continues tonight, live on the Automotive Sports Network, with Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck. My name is Cody Erdmann, and we welcome you to Le Mans. Our cameras tonight are brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. And our coverage for OSRL and ASN is brought to you by NordVPN. NordVPN, your gateway to online freedom and security. Protect your digital privacy with military-grade encryption, browse the web anonymously, and access your favorite content from anywhere in the world. Receive a 63% off a 2-year plan at free at nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. So coming into round number 7 here, as GTP points, Lincoln Larson is our leader by about 15 points, although Lincoln is not here again for the second week in a row, so Dylan Gonez should be taking over the point lead, is our assumption. And then Justin Gibbs, Ozzy Fazil, and Maverick McKenna round up the top 5 there. And then looking back into GT3 points coming into tonight, Austin Diltz has about a 20-point lead over Edgar Ruiz, and then Corey Allen, Luke Kludzik, and Ethan Halsley is our top 5. And like we said at the end of last week, Austin Diltz was our first repeat winner and repeat pole sitter. So as we're looking on here, drivers are still on their outlap. As like I said, it's an 8-mile course here in Le Mans. Looking at Dylan Gonez at the moment. We were thinking also that we'd have a little bit of weather here, but it seems like the forecast cleared up for the evening. So nice clean race. A little bit of cloud cover going on. As Logan Brink fastest, one of our newcomers to the series this season. Luke Kludzik in his Porsche looking really good. GT3 Kevin Fanning sits down the fastest lap, first one in the under 4-minute bracket with a 3:59.4. I'll say quick lap time in practice was a 3:24 for the GTPs and a 3:58 for GT3s. So Fanning about a second off of what they were at. As we look on Kevin Fanning here. Starting to fly down that back straightaway here in his Audi. Got to remember that, like, the long straightaways here down the back straightaway, they are a normal city street, so they got a little bit of a crown to them. So the car will naturally want to pull one direction depending on what side of the road you're on, and that's where we'll see the crazy 3-4 wide GTP cars slicing through the field once they get up to lapping them. And I believe we're going to be pitting a couple times here tonight. It sounded like the drivers were discussing fuel lap. They only can make about a handful of laps on fuel, so we're going to be looking at a handful of pit stops tonight. As Matt Kingsbury jumps up to the top of the board with a 350 or a 325.8. And Dylan Clark is fastest in GT3 with a 58.8. Good lap times being set down here. This track, in a way, I would say, especially for the manufacturers, is kind of like Daytona, where you have like one section of the track is all high speed and just completely flat out, and then you have the second half, which is all kind of windy and S's. So you have which cars are better on the low downforce, just flat out pace and speed, and then you got the second half, which is good on the braking and the cornering. So you're going to see some drivers try to capitalize where their car is the strongest. I was going to say Cody Crosby went fastest, but now Logan Brink went up the top of the board, busting into the 324s, which I was about a second faster than he was in practice. It's a good lap time there by him. Dylan Clark still fastest in GT3 over Kevin Fanning and Rob Fietti. Which is nice to see Crosgrove and Kingsbury and Fanning over from the SimCar series. Trying to get some good influx of drivers here. As we're looking at the 722 of Rob here in his Porsche. Ironically going through the Porsche curves, I believe. The cars are wanting to disappear on our feet. Oh, there we go. Corey Allen in his BMW. He is one for sure. How the points were sitting last week, it was like the top 7 all had wins, or like 6 of the top 7 all had wins, and Corey was like the one that didn't. And he's still that way. He's P3 in points, and the only one that hasn't had a win. He's only had 1 podium, so really good solid finishes by him. See if he can bust through. Corey sitting P6 in practice here, or in qualifying. And Ruiz with a new livery. Sitting P6 at the moment with a 59.5. Jace Smart goes fastest in his Ferrari with a 57.3. Laying out an absolute heater of a lap time. And then Hector Collazo up to P1 with a 324 flat. And then Dan Carrito up to P3 in class with a 58.8. Those Ferraris definitely have a good pace here. I'll say Carrito was had a hot start last week and had really good qualifying, and just unfortunately one mistake ended his night. See if he can capitalize on the speed here. As our normal play-by-play, Justin Robichaux wanted to come out and play here in Le Mans. Justin has yet to set down a lap time. I think he was waiting to see where everyone kind of laid lap times out to. Justin in that beautiful ASM BMW. As we got Nick Vincent here. One of Austin Dill's teammates that have been shown really promising pace over the last couple of weeks. Which, now that I look at it, no, okay, Diltz is here. I do not see Diltz on the timing and scoring, and I got scared a little bit. We don't believe Diltz has had a clean lap yet, so it hasn't been set on the board. Vincent coming through the whole S's section of this track. Very flowy section of it all. And the longer it goes, the tighter it gets. Corners get sharper and sharper. Coming through the four chicanes, we'll see. There's Diltz here. See if he can lay a lap time down. He does with a 59.8. That put him P9 on the board. And Halsey is on his final lap here. I don't believe he's on his final lap, but he must have had a couple 1Xs during him because he is not registered a time yet. No, and he slides off there in the gravel, so that's probably going to end his qualifying run here, unfortunately. There's a handful of cars here on their last lap. There's Diltz on his last lap here. There's Luke Kludzik moves up to P6 with a 59.2. Cartwright's running tonight as well. Glad to see him back. Teammates there with Dan Carrito. As Robichaux is on his final lap here. hard into the braking zone here to the left and right. And then he'll make the short little straight, well, would be a decent size straightaway for any other circuit, but a short straightaway here into the S section of the circuit. The Porsche and the Corvette curves and then the Ford chicanes. So far, so good here for Justin. A little bit of slide out of that corner, but was able to catch it. Now into the double chicanes that is the Ford chicanes here. Use up as much of the curbs as you can without getting a slowdown here. Let's see where that puts Justin on the board. P19 for Mr. Robichaux. Which, that was his fastest lap he's set all night long so far. So we'll see if he can kind of work his way up like the other ASN car last week of Victor Valley did. All the GTP cars have set lap times. They pretty much are all set. Looking like we're going to have Hector Collazo out front. And then Logan Brink, Cody Crosgrove, Matt Kingsbury, and Dylan Gonaz. And then Fozzie Fazzillo. And then newcomer Guillermo Segurnes. I'm sorry that I butchered her name. As we're looking at Morgan Smith here. Morgan sitting P24, P25 at the moment. And the last couple cars are here, just getting some extra practice. I believe Morgan Smith will be the last driver to set an actual time on the board. The question is, will it improve his position or not? Coming through the final set of Ford chicanes. See what lap time he sets down here. 4:04. Better lap time, and it does move him up to P22. Gonna be starting right behind our ASN colleague. As we're going to look at our starting grid here, we have Hector Collazo, Logan Brink, Cody Crosgrove, Matt Kingsbury, Dylan Gonaz, Guillermo Segurnes, and Fozzie Fazzillo rounding out our GTP field. And then GT3 is Jay Smart, Kevin Fanning, Austin Diltz, Dylan Clark, Dan Carrito, Corey Allen, Luke Kludzik, Rob Ferretti, Edgar Ruiz, Wanchi Rakenna, Luis Ortiz, Donnie Heineman, Chris Wilkie, Brandon Holmes, Yun Gonzalez, Tim Borqua, Stephen Ryan, Henning Savara, Jack Clark, Justin Robichaux, JP DeFino, Morgan Smith, Nick Vincent, Nick Johnson, Jeff Cartwright, Wesley Woods. And I believe that is it. That was weird. As we are loading all in here for the 1 hour endurance race here in Le Mans. Really looking forward to this. I was hoping we'd see a little rain. I really was. I was looking forward to that entertainment factor, but unfortunately, Mother Nature decided to give us a nice clear race. I think everyone will want to watch a race that has rain at Le Mans will watch the Majors 24, because I imagine they'll have it. And the pure chaos that will come with that race. As we are rolling off on the grid here. 7 GTPs and 31 GT3 cars. GT3 is giving a little bit of space to the GTP cars. And I believe this is the first week we have not had a Cadillac in the GTP field. We have BMW, Acura, and Porsche. Which I'm confused on what the GT3s are doing. The front half are getting single file. Interesting. As we got the lead Ferrari, Jason Mart, and then we got 3 Audis of Kevin Fanning, Austin Diltz, Dylan Clark, and then Dan Carrito in his Ferrari, Corey Allen in his BMW, Luke Kludzik in his Porsche, Rob in his Porsche, Edgar in his BMW, and Wanchi in his Porsche as well. So, pace car will make its hard right off into pit lane here. As the drivers navigate through the 4 chicanes here, waiting for the green flag. And we are green here in Le Mans for the GTPs. Strong start there by Hector. Hector and Logan able to separate themselves here a little bit, as the GT3s will take the green here as well. Nice clean single file start for the field. It was Corey Allen looking to jump up the inside of Carrito here into the Dunlop chicane. Carrito's able to hold it on the inside. See if Carrito can kind of run back up to the Audis that are in front of him here. As the 3 Audis were able to break away from Carrito there with the battle. We got a 4-car train here down the first half of the Mulsanne straight. Very long straightaway here. Draft is going to be key. See if anyone makes a move into the first chicane here down the Mulsanne straight. Oh, is Cody Crosgrove backed it in? He's going to have to repair. Missing the rear wing on him. Hector Colazzo, he is gone. Already got a pretty big gap here. Is going as in Kingsbury. Kingsbury jumping around the outside. Good start here by Kingsbury, going from, I believe, 5th on the grid. 3rd on the grid, sorry. We're just jumping one car so far. Yeah, Hector and his Audi just checking out from the field here. And work back to the GT3 field. Fanning putting pressure here on Dylan Clark. Corrido was able to kind of slid back a couple spots, and Corey Allen has brought that whole field up to the net Audi bunch. The draft is going to be so important here, especially down these long straightaways. Ooh. Dilts ran a little bit wide there in the chicane, or in the hairpin. That's going to give a run to Dylan Clark and Kevin Fanning. This is going to let that whole train behind him catch up. As they come up to Indianapolis here. Ooh. Dylan Clark sends it into the tire barrier hard. It's going to be an evening done, I believe, for him. I do believe we have fast repairs, but he's going to have to tow it, so it's going to be a while. It's going to be a long recovery for him. Big mistake there by Clark, unfortunately. Fazilla might have had a slowdown there. We already got Logan Brink in the pit lane. Not sure what that's about. So our P2 starter on pit lane after lap 1. I think Cody Crosgrove was also in to fix his damage that he got. See Fozzie running here with Kingsbury. A little bit behind down the road from Gonaz and Hector. See if Kingsbury can reel him back in. Coming through the first chicane here. A right, then a left. And then the second one will be a left and a right. A little bit farther down the Mulsanne straight. Getting up to 200 miles an hour here, going into the corner. Then heavy braking down to... Ooh, as Kingsbury runs wide into the gravel. That's going to let Fozzie go around him. A little bit too deep there. As we go on board Crosgrove here, as he is flying through all the GT3 field. .200 miles an hour into the first of the two chicanes. Now back up the wide open here. Back up to 200 miles an hour into the next chicane. Making it look like a Sunday drive through heavy traffic. Lazo and J Smart are your leaders still in their classes. As Cody's about to get through the rest of the GT3 field here, only have a handful of cars left. He's about to go through about 31 cars here with no incidents whatsoever, which is beautiful to see. Thankfully, this track has plenty of room to be able to do that. As he goes around. Ooh. As I almost jinxed it there. Getting a little bit closer on the back bumper of Austin Diltz, our point leader. So the last car he'll have to get around is Jay Smart, who's got about a 3.5 second lead. Jay just stretching that lead out. Going through the Porsche curves. As Corrido still sitting P5 at the moment. Working on the back bumper, Luke Kludzik. Even got Edgar Ruiz breathing down his neck here. As they go through the Porsche curve now, through the Corvette curves. Ooh, there must have been a slowdown there for Diltz, because Fanning got around him. And now Kludzik and Corrido are on his back bumper here. Oh, there's damage on Diltz. He must have went off, so he's going down pit lane here. That moves Kludzik up to third. Oh, he just kind of missed his apex in the second half of the Porsche curves. It was all a little bit of damage. Kissed it off the wall. Unfortunate for our point leader, but for the rest of the field, see if they can capitalize on that mistake. As Fozzie Fazzillo and Matt Kingsbury, they continue to battle here. Going down the Mulsanne straight. Fozzie and Kingsbury actually are about 5.5 seconds back from Dylan Gonaz. Them two using the draft a little bit to see if they can catch up to Dylan, who's sitting in P2 at the moment. As Fozzie's definitely having one of his better runs here tonight. Usually one of our top 5 drivers, but tonight looking for battle on a podium here. As we go back to the GT3 battle, see if Corrido can get around Kludzik here. On board. Seems like he's bump drafting them down the straightaway. Backing off down into Mulsanne here into the hairpin. And just to paint the picture for you, you have Edgar Ruiz and Corey Allen right behind him in their BMWs. Back of them there. Let's see if Corrido makes a move into Indianapolis. He does not. Just trying to size him up here a little bit. Seems like that Ferrari is definitely the fastest down that Mulsanne straight here for the GT3 field. So if he can just maintain through here. Ooh. As Edgar kisses it off the tire barrier there on the exit. I don't believe he got any damage though, just kind of a light brush. So just one lost spot to Corey Allen there. Corey having a little bit of connection issue, but keeps motoring on. Corrado's falling a little bit back off of the back bumper. And just to give you an idea up front, Fizzle's lost about 2 seconds off of the back bumper of Kingsbury, so we're not missing anything up there. As Hector Colazzo and Dylan Gonez are your leaders. As this battle rages on still. This 4-car battle here. 4P3 on the podium. Pleasant's able to space out a little bit for Corrado. But now this is where Corrado's car is the strongest here. Quick right-hand corner and then down the Mulsanne straight here. Kludzik looking to break the draft a little bit and block him into the first chicane. Very quick, consistent lap times by our top 7, all under the 4-minute bracket. As this accordion effect still starts to get tighter and tighter. Ooh, Corey Allen peeks to the inside, but thinks better of it. As something must have happened to Kingsbury. He's going into the pit lane here. So move Fozzie Fizzle back up to P number 3. As they're both pitting, I wonder if this is the start of pit stop for them. As all the GTPs are pitting. Only about 4 laps on fuel for these drivers, which we are about 15 minutes into the race. And everyone was saying about 4 laps in practice. As Hector's coming out of pit lane here. As this battle tightens up here for Corrado and Kludzik, they are like bump drafting all of each other. This is going to get chaotic into Indianapolis here. As Ruiz was able to jump Corey Allen. Oh, Ruiz dive bomb underneath Corrado. Thinks better of it though. Good cleaning racing here. Bunch of respect from all these drivers. So put Edgar up back into P number 5 here. Definitely one of the drivers that wants to have a good run here with the mishap that Diltz had. See if he can get a good point stay and able to reel him in a little bit. Oh, Kludzik goes around. Oh! Oh! And Corey's able to, unfortunately, turns Corrado. Oh, and then Corrado gets T-boned, unfortunately. Unfortunate series of events. That was Requena that T-boned him, unfortunately. Nowhere to go there for Requena. See if Corrado can rejoin safely and get back going here. So that's going to shuffle up all of the order. Corey Allen jumps down pit lane to fix that front end damage. I'll put Ferretti up to P4. There's Logan Brink, a quick pit stop by him, only 7.3 second pit stop. I think he kind of jumped back on cycle. Now he is like right behind Hector Collazo. Definitely got really good pace in that BMW GTP. See if he can reel in Hector here. Kingsbury and Fazilla has reignited that battle. As Fazilla just got passed by Kingsbury there. Kingsbury runs a little bit wide through the gravel. Definitely pushing. Trying to reel in our P3 driver of Dylan Gonaz. Which most of our leaders are going to be about a lap and a half away from getting into GT3 traffic, by the way it looks of things. As Logan Brink is coming back down pit lane here. So I wonder if he ran a lap later because he pitted on that first lap. So that's probably where him moving up to P2 happened. So put Gonaz back up to P number 2 here. Gonaz goes down the straightaway here. Checking in with our ASN correspondent, Justin Robichaux. Sitting P11 at the moment. Or actually P16. According to the windshield, but our timing is saying P11. So not 100% sure what's going on there. Is Logan Brink in for a long stop. He's at 43, 45 seconds. Not sure what's going on. We got Johnson versus Clark here. And Dylan Clark looking to recover. Or Jack Clark, sorry. We got 2 Clarks. We're kind of checking back in our point leader, Austin Diltz here. He's trying to work his way through the field. Right in the back bumper of Nick Vincent. Nope. All those cars look the same. Those WBW drivers. Dell's looking around to get around the outside of Heineman. He's able to do so. So now he's going to set his sights on Corey Allen there. Corey Allen still having his connection issue. As we have a couple cars on, Ethan Halsley and Chris Wilkie. 2 of the red BMW teammates. Oop, as we got another car. Oh, that's Tim Brocroft. He's missing a front bumper. He's coming down pit road. Not sure exactly what happened there. As Ethan Halsley comes out of the pits. As we got Hector Collazo, he is starting to get to the back of the GT3 field. Making his way through the S's here. Going around Wilkie. Oh, there was a BMW backwards. Not sure exactly who that was. As the next one up on the road for Collazo is Kludzig. As everything is kind of settled out here a little bit, we'll take one of our 2 breaks here this evening. So, as we go side by side for you.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it. Side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy. Turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. Grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Remy will hold his spot.
as we are back here in Le Mans here. We'll kind of do a quick programming notes here as I get my sheet up. It does not want to like me. I'll say. As we have the TWRS setups NASA Rallycross Lights on April 21st in Daytona. That will be at 9 p.m. Eastern with Victor Valley, James Watson, and Jared Lott. And then the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge will be April 22nd, also in Daytona. The contenders portion of the evening will start off at 8 p.m. Eastern with Bryan, Sawyer. Why does it? Someone forgot to fix that. It'll be Josh and Justin. And then OSRL GT series will be off in next week. And then we will come back on May 2nd for the Spa event. And that'll be at 8:30 Eastern, our normal time here on Thursdays with Bryan Sawyer, Justin Robo Show, and myself, Cody Erdmann. So we look forward to going to the Belgian Grand Prix that is Spa de Francorchamps. We'll kind of do another sponsor plug here. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe at the Automotive Sports Network. Follow for our content on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays. Good variety of content here. And a little teaser. Hopefully we'll expand into even more. We got some things in the works. And then also our cameras tonight are brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. And then our coverage for the OSRL on ASN is brought to you by NordVPN. NordVPN, your gateway to online freedom and security. Protect your digital privacy with military-grade encryption. Browse the web anonymously and access your favorite content from anywhere in the world. Receive a 67% off a 2-year plan with 3 months free at nordvpn.com, ASN TV USA. As we get back to our action here, GT3 field has pitted on their first round of pit stops here. This is definitely going to be tight. They pitted with about 32, 33-ish minutes. So definitely going to be a tight one here. As we're moving up through the field here. Kind of give you a quick rundown. At the moment, Hector Collazo is your leader in GTP. As Matt Kingsbury is actually taking over the lead there. Kingsbury able to recover. Oh, yep. Kingsbury is our leader here. A little bit of a shakeup. First time Matt has been out front all day. And then Hector Collazo, Dylan Gonaz, Fozzie Fazil, Logan Brink. And then looking back into GT3, we have Jay Smart with a 10-second lead at the moment. He's absolutely gone over Kevin Fanning. Austin Dilt's a good recovery up to P number 3. Corey Allen, Edgar Ruiz, Rob Ferretti, Wanchi were kind of... Luke Kledzik, another good recovery for him too. June Gonzalez and Chris Wilkie is our top 10 here in GT3. Like I said, most of the field has pitted in the last 3-ish laps, which the only one being Austin Diltz. He's running a little bit longer. He's on 5 laps on his stint so far. As we're going up to Diltz running P3, and Corey Allen right behind him, and then Edgar Ruiz. Edgar and Corey, they've been like glued together all night long. Haven't been able to separate each other. Just a dominant performance by Jay Smart. Have to give him credit. That's Got some really good pace here. Been setting down really good, consistent lap times. Look back here to Nick Johnson and Zachary Trevino. Zachary in his Lamborghini chasing down the Porsche. And they got Chris Wilkie just right up the road, just a tiny bit. They're chasing him down. See if they're able to get to him. Chris Wilkie running P10 and on track at the moment. There we go, about right on his back bumper here. Three cars under the blanket going under the start-finish line. There's Austin Diltz. He pits here. Like I said, he was running a little bit longer. As Logan Brink comes out right in this battle here. Oh no, it was Nick Johnson. He was a little bit of a slip up there coming out of the Dunlop chicane. Actually, he just ran it long and drove through the gravel, so now he's going to try to recover from that. But unfortunately, he's got no drafting help. So they'll put Trevino on the back bumper, Wilkie here for P10 and GT3. Or P9, actually, with the pit stop at Diltz. It's Kludzik trying to make a move on Rekrena here. We're on board with Kludzik. Kind of peeking out, trying to get the draft there. Coming down the Mulsanne straight. Down into the second chicane. Ooh, Kludzik's got a little bit of a run here. See what he'll do with it. Jumps to the left side. They're door to door going into the chicane here. We'll see who can outbrake who. Kludzik gets to jump into the chicane. Hits it perfectly. Let's see if Rekrena gets a run down into Mulsanne here. Or if Kludzik will try to pull them up to the next car. Of Ferretti, also in the Porsche. And we got Brink motoring by in his GTP. Heavy braking at the end of the Mulsanne straight there now. Through Mulsanne now down to Indianapolis. Kludzik was about a second faster almost than Rekrena there that last lap. Although that was with Kludzik having the draft a little bit, so that does help. As we go into Indianapolis, see who can... Ooh. Kludzik getting all squirrely there into that right-hander before Indianapolis. Probably one of the easiest places to make the mistake. Because you start braking for Indianapolis actually before that right-hand kink, and then you let it roll through it, and then you get back on it, and the car is just all upset and not settled down. Super easy to get the back end come out from underneath you, like we saw one of the Porsches do early on in the race, especially on cold tires. As Rekrena able to pull do about a car length here on the back bumper. As the battle rages on still right behind them. With Wilkie, Trevino, and Jack Clark. As Trevino jumps down pit road, so I think We're having some drivers pit here. Round 2 of the GT3 pits, I believe. No, I just... Trevino is the only one. As we move up the road here a little bit, Ruiz and Ferretti. Battle for P4 here on the speedway. Going down the Mulsanne straight here. On a nice Thursday evening drive here in beautiful France. Only doing about 175 miles an hour down the straightaway. Through the first of the 2 chicanes here a little bit. Running a little bit wide for these 2 drivers. As we are not missing anything up front at the moment. Hector Collazo has retaken the lead for GTP. Matt Kingsbury, Dylan Gonaz, Fozzie Fazzillo, Logan Brink are top 5 at the moment. And then Jay Smart, Corey Allen, and Kevin Fanning is our top 3 for GT3. And then Ruiz and Ferretti here. As Ferretti's trying to reel in Ruiz here. Ferretti was about a second and a half faster than Ruiz in that last lap. Not sure what happened to Ruiz. We got a bunch of two car little battles here. You got Ruiz and Ferretti for P4. Kledzig and Requena for P6. And then Wilkie and Clark for P8. Oh, I just caught Dilts hard into the wall in P14. Yes, we just caught that there. It's a rough day, even rougher for our point leader. I think he's just trying to push it a little bit too hard to recover from that tough start. And when you're pushing it just a little bit too much, unfortunately, that just causes even more mistakes. So we're looking at Wilkie and Clark here. Clark was able to get around Wilkie, so put Clark up to P number 8. As Kledzig and Requena goes down pit lane here, let's see who else joins them. We'll see if Clark and Wilkie also join. Oh, Wilkie must have got a slowdown here because he's fallen off majorly off the back bumper of Clark. Or I wonder if he's trying to fuel save. See if he can squeak out another lap. As Ruiz has now gotten up to the back bumper. Actually, Ferretti is able to jump Ruiz because that's who he was trying to chase down. As Corey Allen must have, yeah, he pitted from P number 3. So we're going to slide him back a little bit. Leave me back about P12-ish. Once all the timing and scoring shakes out for this lap at least. As we slide back to our racing correspondent of RoboShow, just up the road of Luke Kludzik here. Right behind June Gonzalez. See if we can get around June here. June a little bit out of rhythm through the S's. June in that Mercedes. Has that been corrected by our producer? It's June. Sorry about that. Justin's got to run down into the first of the two chicanes here. Thinks better of it. Wonder if he'll try to set him up here for the second one. As Yoon covers off the inside here. And we got about a 5-car train here. Gonzalez, Robichaux, Kludzik, Requena, and Heinemann. Heinemann actually goes around Requena. Yeah, I wonder if a couple of these drivers are trying to fuel save here to stretch it out. But trying to save just a lap here. You're trying to save 8 miles of fuel. Robichaux closing in on Gonzalez here. A little bit of a better exit there for Robichaux. Robichaux's got the run with the draft down into Indianapolis here. Let's see if he can make anything of it. Robichaux definitely shows he has a little bit better pace than Gonzalez. Ooh, Gonzalez runs a little bit wide, but so does Robichaux. They'll give up the spot to Kludzik. Unfortunate mistake there by Robichaux, unfortunately. This Halsey running down Wilkie here for P number 8. As the teammates here, with Halsey sitting P5 at points, so I wonder if we'll see any little team or gamesmanship here. As Wilkie and Halsey both go down pit lane here. So I wonder if they're going to try to short pit this. Try to stretch it out to the end. Is Clark as well as down pit lane? Yeah, I want some of these drivers, I believe, are trying to short pit this. This one, they should be able to make it to the end here, I'd imagine. As pit strategy is kind of shuffling out here, we will go back to our second break, and then we'll be live to the checkered flag.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds it.
Side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap clock at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. In the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside. Magnus gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Robbie's going to hold his spot.
They've been doing. As we are back here with about 9 minutes left here in the race, as we're looking on Edgar Ruiz and Kevin Fanning in the battle here. Ruiz is falling off the back bumper of Fanning. He did reel him in a little bit. I think a little bit of better pit cycle jumped him over Ferretti there. Or could be Ruiz had a slowdown there as well. So a little bit of a shake-up here. We have Hector Collazo out front with Matt Kingsbury and Dylan Gonaz on the podium. Fozzie Fizzell and Logan Brink. There's our top 5 in GTP. We're on board Hector here. And then Jay Smart, Kevin Fanning, Edgar Ruiz, Rob Ferretti, and Nick Johnson is our top 5 in GT3. I believe we're still on the lingering end of final pit stops here. Because actually, I don't believe Nick Johnson is in P5 anymore. I believe Yoon Gonzalez is in his Mercedes. Which I am correct. So, put Yoon up to P number 5. As everyone's pretty stretched out here at the moment. Like we said, massive racetrack, probably one of the biggest we see on the service here, besides in the Nordschleife. As we look onto Azevedo chasing down Johnson here. And make sure to vote now in our poll. Will it be Colazzo or Kingsbury in the win here tonight? Make sure you vote for it, and we'll kind of keep an eye on that. See who y'all think will win it. Give credit to Yoon Gonzalez. He has set his fastest lap here on lap 13 of the race. Although I believe Yoon has to pit here. As he does, he is coming down pit lane here at the moment. The only car on pit lane. See if anyone else is coming down here. I believe he was the last one left that we were looking at. So, should be all of our strategy is complete. As our ASN correspondent of Justin Robichaux sitting in P15 at the moment. So good run by him. Is everyone, yep, pretty strict, kind of spread out here, all on their own. Just running laps, kind of looking through. Biggest mover of the evening, which I swear I see this man having double digits every week, is Ethan Halsley, up 19 positions so far this evening. Also in the double digit range, Jack Clark up 10, up into P9. Nick Johnson up 11 in P13. And Omar Acevedo, P14. He's up 14 positions, so. But yeah, Halsley almost up. He's sitting 19 at the moment. Could be one more. He's only about 3 seconds down the road from his teammate. So. This is our closest battle on the circuit so far. Holmes and Gonzalez at the moment. Gonzalez just fresh out of the pit lane. Which this is a battle for P12 here. Gonzalez are reeling in Holmes here a little bit. As we've seen tonight, Gonzalez has really good pace. Fastest lap of a 3:59.1. Holmes as fast as a 4 minute and 0.7 second lap time. I believe the Mercedes should be stronger down the straightaway, but the Porsche should be better in the corners. Gonaz goes flying by in his Porsche GTP, using all of the width of the circuit here. Gonzalez has got to run into Indianapolis here. Stays right on the back bumper of Holmes. Good corner by the both of them there. Gonzalez with plenty of time here to try to get around Holmes, as we have 2 minutes left here. There's Guillermo flashing in his GTP. Oh, Gonzalez misses the corner. That's going to separate them a little bit here. Now Gonzalez is going to have to work back for all of that space, which he does right away. Good couple corners here. As Gonaz is pitting with a minute and a half left here. As the GTP field is shaken up here a little bit. As I believe they were super close on the pit cycle here, so we have 2 to go, I imagine. So we got a minute left here. As we're looking at 17 of 18 is what it's estimated. So yeah, we are here sitting here with 2 to go. As we're looking at Kingsbury here, sitting in, should be P number 2 in the GTP field. Good opening round for him here in Le Mans. See if he can kind of build on that and battle Hector. As time has expired, so we should be coming to the white flag here. As we're having Collazo come through Indianapolis here. They're coming up to the final section of the circuit, through the Porsche curves and through Corvette curves and then through Ford chicane. Dominant performance here by Collazo. About a minute lead, I believe. Just coming through the Corvette curves. And now up to the Ford chicane here. As we're waiting to see what we're going to get here. Yep, that is it here. Checkered flag for Hector Collazo. That'll be this, I believe, the second win for him on the season. And then Jay Smart, he should be on a lap on his own. Because Fanning just got lapped by Collazo. So, yeah, put Jay Smart on a lap on his own here. So he gets a full 4-minute victory lap. An absolute dominant performance, an 8.8 second lead. As Matt Kingsbury comes across the line P2 and Logan Brink up to P3. Good recovery there for him. And then Jay Smart, Kevin Fanning, and Edgar Ruiz is our podium for the GT3 field. As we round out the rest of our field coming across the line. And yes, Ethan Halsley was up 20 positions as he moved into P10, so he definitely gets the Hard Charger Award for the evening. From P30 to P10. As we're watching our leader and winner of Jay Smart here. Like I said, 4-minute victory lap. Now on the farthest end of the speedway. Coming down Mulsanne Straight. As we do got a little bit of a battle here for the last couple corners of Vincent and Brokaw. It's a battle for P18. Brokaw really pushing it through the chicanes here. Ooh, Vincent missed one of them. Was able to get through clean enough and pick up P18. As we just have a handful of cars left to finish, and then our GT3 winner of Smart. As we wait for him to finish, I think we can do some programming notes. Our TWRS NASA Rallycross Lights will be on April 21st in Daytona at 9 p.m. Eastern. Victor Valley, James Watson, and Jared Lott will be your production crew. And then the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge will be on April 22nd, also in Daytona. The evening will start off at 8 p.m. Eastern with Bryan, Sawyer, Josh Mertz, and Justin Robichaux. And then reminder, next week we are off here on Thursday. So then we will come back the following week, May 2nd at Spa and 8:30 Eastern. Bryan, Sawyer, Justin Robichaux, and myself in beautiful Belgium. As he's coming around the last couple corners here through the Ford chicanes. As the winner of the GT3 field finishes last of everyone. And an absolute dominating performance. Essentially, in a way, he lapped the field. If you really want to think about it. As Hector Collazo, Matt Kingsbury, Logan Brink, Dylan Gonaz, Fozzie Fazzillo is our top 5 for GTP. And then rounding out the field for GT3 is Jay Smart, Kevin Fanning, Edgar Ruiz, Corey Allen, Rob Ferretti, Luke Kledzik, Wanty Rakenna, Jack Clark, Chris Wilkie, Ethan Halsley rounds out your top 10, and then Brandon Holmes, Yoon Gonzalez, Nick Johnson, Omar Esvado, Justin Robichaux, Dan Corrido, Stephen Ryan, Nick Vincent, Tom Brokaw, Donnie Heineman, Jeff Cartwright, Zachary Trevino, Luis Ortiz, JP DeFino, Wesley Woods rounds out the rest of the field. As P26 on back did not finish with Dylan Clark and Austin Dilt, so rough night for our point leader. As we are ready for interviews, we'll see who we can bring up in here first. As we will do our GT3 winner. Hey there, Jay, you got us?
How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good as you had a full victory lap there.
Yeah, I was a little confused about what was going on because I saw second and third just disappeared off the track, and I was still running, so I wasn't sure what was going on, but I guess it was just already decided, but it didn't give me the checkered flag yet.
Yeah, it just fell out where Hector, who ended up winning GTP, was right in between you and Kevin.
Oh,
So
got it.
essentially, they got the checkered flag, and you didn't yet.
Yeah, got it. That makes
So
sense.
yeah, you had an absolute dominating performance. Kind of walk us through as you were. I think you were up to 15-second lead at one point. So yeah, kind of walk us through your evening.
Yeah, I think luckily I had the pace because I had two big kind of accidents that if someone was closer would have taken away my lead. But luckily I had the pace over the other guys. Yeah, I got pretty worried. I had one spin. I'm using VRS setups and they're super twitchy, and I definitely did not get enough time to really adjust to it. They're fast, but I was kind of on edge the whole race, and then had one crash where I was able to just kind of graze the wall, I guess. When I came out, the damage actually made my car understeer a little, which made the balance a little nicer. And then after I pit, I saw someone else, Edgar Ruiz, got fastest lap, so I was going for that at the end, and then just kind of pushed a little too hard and spun right in the last chicane. So I was bummed that he took that away, but good result overall, especially since double points tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good points night there for you. Where did it seem like the Ferrari was best, in your opinion? Because like this track, you have like the long straightaways of the Mulsanne straights, but then you have the whole Porsche Corvette curve and the Ford chicane. So you kind of your car needs to be better for our good all around. But where did you think your car was the best here? As I forgot, we adjusted some things. Sorry about that. With your Ferrari, where did you think it was the best overall tonight? As the Mulsanne straight, obviously you want straight line speedway. You want to be able to navigate through the Ford and Porsche curves. So where do you think your car was better?
Honestly, I think it was just better overall everywhere. It felt pretty balanced. I didn't feel like I was really losing on the straights. I did go with the safer VRS setup, which usually they usually add a little more rear wing, which slows the top speed down, but it didn't seem like I was losing anything on the straight. So I think maybe I was just getting good exits or something. But yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like overall it was better. Anytime I kind of saw someone close the gap, it was definitely because I had made a mistake. So yeah, I don't know if the Ferrari was good or if the setup was good or if I was dialed in tonight, but yeah, just kind of all worked out, all came together.
Absolutely. Who would you like to thank to get you on the top step of the podium this evening?
I'll probably thank VRS because I pay for their service. I use their setups, so definitely helps in this open league because I don't really have enough time to work any of the setups myself. So it's nice to be able to have something to use. And then obviously the admins of the league and setting this up, the GT3 field is pretty large consistently. So it's nice to see that in good racing usually.
And it's definitely one of the most competitive GT3 fields I've seen. You guys we've had a bunch of different winners. Austin Diltz was the only repeat one. So definitely being able to win here is no easy feat. So congratulations on that, and then enjoy your off week, and hopefully we'll see you again here up on the podium in Spa.
Yep. Thanks.
As now we will talk to our GTP and overall winner. Hey there, Hector, you got us?
Yep.
Talk us through your race there. Definitely you guys had to pit a lot on the GTPs. Didn't seem like you guys could run very long.
Yeah.
So talk us through your strategy and everything and how you're able to take another win here.
Yeah, overall I just ran my normal laps. I didn't really worry about fuel saving because I think I had enough pace just to go to the end. I'm not to the end, but had enough pace to keep a good distance when I exit pit road. Matt fuel saved a lot though. I was talking to him in the waiting room, and yeah, he was saving like a lap extra since he had a bad start. So he kept on passing me, and I got worried, but he got held up in GT traffic on the final couple laps. So that kind of blew some stress off my shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think with this circuit being so big and such diverse with the long straightaways and really twisting part of the second half of the course? Where do you think your car would fit the best?
Personally, I felt really good on that final sector. The Porsche S's were really bad for me. My rear always wanted to snap out, so at the end of the race, my rear tires were absolutely cooked. Maybe sector 3 was decent, but tires weren't really forgiving on that area. So yeah, overall, those are probably my more comfortable with these cars, and I think would work out the best.
And who would you like to thank to get you your second win on the season?
I'd like to shout out Logan Brink, my new teammate after leaving WBM, the infestation. Yeah, that's basically really it.
As we want to congratulate you on getting your second win of the season, and hopefully you enjoy your week off, and hopefully we'll see you on top of the podium in Spa.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. As we sit here, kind of going back through our everything, we'll kind of last programming notes as we get into that part of the evening. The TWRS NASA Rallycross Lights, April 21st at 9 p.m. Eastern, Victor Valley and James Watson with Jared Lott. And then the Overwatch Specialty NASA Rallycross Challenge on April 22nd, also in Daytona. That'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern with Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck and Josh Mertz and Justin Robichaux in the commentary box. And then, like we've said, next week we are off, but then we'll be coming back for Spa on May 2nd, 8:30 Eastern with Bryan Sawyer, Justin Robichaux, and myself. And if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. This way you can keep track of all of our content on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays. Because now I think about it too, if my lovely producer, do we have any results for the poll? No, for the poll on who was going to win. Has everybody voted Collazo? Which y'all are smart because he ended up winning. So whoever decided to vote in the poll, a little bonus point for you. As kind of moving back, our cameras tonight were brought to you by the Whiplash Sim Cams, and then our coverage on OSRL on ASN is brought to you by NordVPN. NordVPN, your gateway to online freedom and security. Protect your digital privacy with military-grade encryption. Browse the web anonymously and access your favorite content from anywhere in the world. Receive a 67% off a 2-year plan with 3 months free at nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. The checker flag falls on the evening from all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Josh Mertz, Jess Wachowski, Victor Valley, Jared Lott, Chad Irvine, Philip Kraus, Cody Erdmann, James Watson, and Bryan Sawyer, and Justin Robichaux. We hope you enjoyed the coverage on the OSRL GT Series tonight at the Circuit de la Safe. Congratulations to our GTP winner of Hector Collazo and our GT3 winner of Jay Smart. And be sure to join us on Sunday in Daytona for NASA Rallycross Lights. Until then, so long, everyone.